We're live. Hello, 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 everybody. How are you?
Hi, yarn tubers.
Hi, hi, hi. I was going to do the countdown clock. I forgot. Okay.
We were yakking.
I almost forgot to hit the live button.
Oh, and then I was an hour early going, aren't we live yet?
We're supposed to be live. We're supposed to be live. Yeah, in an hour we were supposed to be live. So, okay, I got to do the thingy, and I got to find us, and make sure we're on the right doohickey. Okay, it says we're live, so I did the right doohickey.
I think you did it right.
Carrie's here.
Good job, Carrie. Jet one. Like Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Back.
Yes, you're Carrie.
Good.
Oh, my goodness.
Good. Oh.
What I was supposed to be doing is digging through this bucket here for something I could work on while we talk.
I'm crocheting in my mind.
I don't know if this is. Oh, that one's finished, so that's not it. And I don't want to pull too hard on a set of needles because I'm likely to yank something out of the bag. Get the bag over here. Here's the color. So there should be yarn attached to this. How about I pick a different bag? Well, this might be better. There's the yarn. Where's the hook? There's the hook. Hook. Look at this ugly, ugly hook. Blah.
Ugly, well-working hook.
It's the exact same color as the yarn. Exactly.
It looks like butter because it glides like butter. Best hook ever.
Does anybody know what this project is? Can anybody guess what this project is?
Yeah. So what does it measure out when it's done before you block it?
10 inches.
Before you block it?
Yeah, it'll block up to 10. It'll block up to a nice 10.
Okay.
I mean, because this is 10, this is about 9.5. This corner here doesn't, you can tell it's a little lopsided.
Yeah.
So it'll block.
If you square it up at 9.5 and block it out to 10.
You think I should take one row off?
Well, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to keep it squared up, and you can always, is that acrylic? What kind of yarn is that?
It's acrylic, 100% acrylic.
So easy, just warm water, spray it over with warm water.
Right.
Once you block it out.
Yeah, and I've got that blocking mat that Miss Morgan won at the Yarny Social last year.
Yeah. Do you think she'll be nice enough to let you touch it?
It doesn't. One of them never goes back to her room.
Okay.
One of them just stays on the desk at all times with her blocking pins.
Okay.
At all times. I did ask permission to use it, and I was putting it away every time I used it, and then that ended.
Yeah.
So this is the second one, and can you even tell this is the same yarn?
So what yarn are you using for it?
I'm using the mandala. It's just mandala, so it's this where all the color changes, and it's the Chimera, Chimera,
Chimera?
Accent thingy over the E. What does that mean?
I think that's where the
that's a hard E. Chimera. Anyway, that's the color.
Somebody tell us in the comments.
Somebody who knows how this is. So I had two. Here's a surprise. I had these in my stash. Are you surprised?
I'm surprised that you're using them from your stash. Just teasing. Just kidding.
I'm so hurt.
I know. I can tell.
Ha!
I am me. Uh-oh.
So I grabbed these in my stash. I had exactly 2 of this color, and I have more of this yarn in a different color. I had about 6 of them in a different color, much darker, more neutral. And I thought for this project, I thought this was a funner project, funner colors.
Yeah, because it is spring. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because when I'm doing I mean, I had no idea how the blocks would work or how much yarn it would take per block. I should weigh one and see how many grams. But it was so funny because it was nearly one whole color and then just barely got into a second color. And it's
Well,
doing
I like the texture of it being mitered.
yes. And then it's doing the exact same thing on the second block. Most of it's one color, and then just the tip of it changes for the second color. So I'm really liking, and you can't even really tell. I just love it. I like the way, and I would never ever use these because I didn't like the bold color changes. And it's honestly, if you didn't know, you would think I had color. What do they call that? Color controlled. You would think I had color controlled these, and you know I'm not doing that.
Right? Yeah.
The way these worked up, you would think I had color controlled them, and absolutely not.
I like them.
Oh yeah, there. Here, you can see where you changed the color right there. You
cool.
Can see if you look close, but
yeah.
So I'm really liking the way the color's working up in these, and I like the pattern. And I thought it was going to be a pattern that I would have to really, really watch the pattern. And other than when I started, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, probably the first 4, and the first 4 rows is literally that much.
Okay.
And then after that, it's a 4-row repeat that's simple, easy peasy.
Cool.
So once I have to look at the pattern for the first 4 rows, and after that, I just go. And it works out that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of the repeat.
Okay.
So I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And I went down a hook size from what they said to do. And I did, of course, didn't do gauge because I didn't care about gauge, but I just didn't like.
They want you to use a 5.5?
Yeah, they wanted you to use a 5.
Oh, and you went down to a 4.5?
I went down to a 4.
Oh, okay.
Because I just didn't like the way it was stitching up too loosey-goosey. I wanted it to have a little bit, and I think I like the fabric is it's got a nice drape to it, and yeah, I like it. I like the way it's working up.
Cool. Oh, you guys, the desert right now is starting to bloom out. There's purple and yellow in there with all the green. Oh my goodness. The desert is so pretty.
Pretty. So she is, hello, Miss Kim. Are the cactuses blooming?
The cactuses are not blooming, but it's got a carpet of purple flowers. So we're getting there.
Nice.
We're getting to the point where the cactuses are blooming.
Oh,
so gorgeous.
Miss Kim, I have a question for you. I wanted to ask you this. So here's a surprise. I have been putting my stash into Ravelry. If I am adding a yarn that I know is already in there, is there a way for me to use a picture that's already in there, or do I still have to take a picture of something and list it? Or I have to upload my own picture? He's the queen of using that stuff. Oh, so thirsty. Oh, fun. Yeah, you've got me motivated. I'm trying to, as any new yarn comes into my house, put it in there. See, that's what I've been trying, and I haven't been able to figure that out. Because I watched your video, and I couldn't glean from that how to do that. So I was trying to count on my little fingers how many of these a week I need to make to have this done in time for getting them mailed off. It's not very many. 1. If I do 2 a week, I'm going to be done by the middle of March, which is more than enough.
Right. Deadlines. Deadlines are important. Like,
Yeah,
like I was saying, my Noah scarf, I need to get that, to the testers just as soon as I can, which I'm working on the border in the last chapter now. But then the spring Yarny YouTube pop, I've got a project going for that. And then the spring square swap. Okay. And then the state fair. So I got deadlines.
When is the state fair?
Well, it's in. I have to have the project in like. I haven't memorized it, but it's like the first week of August.
Okay.
First or second week of August, I need to get it down to Salem.
Haven't heard from Darla.
And Amber, is she dealing with her mom?
I'm a little worried about Amber because I have called her and texted her a couple of times and got no response. And normally usually when I text her, I get a response pretty quickly. And I mean, not just today, over the course of the last 2 weeks, I have not heard from her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I figure she's
okay.
I figure she's got her hands super full. And I know she's got stuff going on with not only her mom, but her kiddos too.
Right.
That lady's got her hands full, period.
She does.
Okay.
So we're Team Amber here as far as her getting her goals met. Meeting her goals. Her mosaics and her Sophie's Universe blankets. Yeah. We are Team Amber.
Team Amber. Okay, so I screenshotted what you just told me, Kim, and maybe I can figure it out. Because we all know how good Robbin is with technology. Edit photos, switch over to upload from URL, paste the URL of a photo. So then what I think you're telling me is by paste the URL, I go to some website and look up a copy of the picture. Is that what that means?
Yeah, I've had trouble posting pictures. Like when I went to do a tester call in a Ravelry group, they wanted the picture, uploaded somewhere, and then you put the link to the picture, like it's on Google, and they want a link to the picture. You can't just upload a dang picture. So, and that is so old school. That is old.
I've had no problem posting my own pictures. Like I just take a picture of something and upload it from my phone. I can
do that in a group post.
When I'm sitting here surrounded by my yarn and at 10 o'clock at night and I get 2 or 3 things uploaded, doing things from my computer is not good. Not good. I can do things from my laptop. Never be able to do from my computer. Hey, guess what I did? Guess what I did?
What?
2 days ago, I figured out how to get my emails on my computer. I can now read an email from my computer. Would you like to know how many years I've been trying to do that?
I don't. I'm still stunned that you haven't been able to do that. Wow.
I bought a new computer because I thought it was my computer that was the problem.
Oh, wow. I mean, I haven't set up all my different emails. Like I don't look at my Outlook email, my my MSN, Hotmail, that kind of stuff. I've got 50 million email addresses. But I do have that set up on my phone. But I have figured out how to see all of my, Gmail accounts on.
Oh, I can't do my Gmail.
You can.
No.
But it'll take some time. You need some grandson support.
I know. I even pay for the Geek Squad, and they can't figure out how to get it up there.
Oh, I figured out how to do my Gmail, and then I figured out how to add all my other Gmail accounts,
Yeah.
Same way I did it on my phone, but it took me a couple years to get to the point, we're over 50-ish.
Yeah, it keeps
So,
telling me it
yeah.
needs to be. It keeps telling me it needs to be upgraded, and I thought, okay, I'll buy a brand new computer.
No, update your software, update your browser.
Yeah.
You might be using a browser that your email server doesn't like.
I don't know what those words mean.
Okay.
Don't know what those words mean. And so when I go into the Geek Squad that I pay for support, they should know what those words mean. They couldn't.
They do. Well, I use, I've got an MS, I've got a Windows, laptop, a Hewlett Packard, and so I'm using their Edge browser, and it seems to work okay. But some of them are like, no, we only like Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
You take that LibreOffice stuff and you take that Opera stuff away and get rid of the Microsoft. No, we don't do Microsoft.
Well, and that was the problem. It wouldn't do Microsoft. So what I ended up doing by accident was, hello, Miss Susan. By accident, I figured out I needed to access iCloud, just like it was just like any other program that I wanted to access on my computer. I accessed iCloud, and lo and behold, there's my email.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Yep. But I'm like, I've got to figure this out because my accountant is sending me stuff that I have to be able to look at on my computer.
Right. Well, and I could access my Hotmail, my Outlook, all of those MSN emails on my laptop if I would just sign in on the laptop. If I would just go to Outlook and I could get all the Hotmail, all the Outlook, all the live.com emails that I've got, I would get them all on my laptop, but that means opening up my page of passwords. Blah, 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 blah.
It was the Apple-based one that I couldn't get, and that's my main account.
Oh, okay.
That's my main one that I use for everything. Good morning, Miss Linda. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. I am in a good mood because I have vitamin D from the sun.
She's been down in Arizona where they have sunshine.
Well, and so, where we live, we're up north, and we cannot manufacture vitamin D in the wintertime. But you get further south and you can. And what a difference it's made, because I have been going through a thing. And I haven't been taking my vitamin D, but seriously, the supplements are no substitute for the real thing.
Right.
As good as, I buy, I'm a Neutralite person, and Neutralite is one of the top supplement companies in the world, but it is still no substitute for the real thing. And so, like I was telling Robbin this morning,
an hour and a half before we went live.
An hour and a half, yeah, because I forgot that I was on Mountain Time instead of Pacific Time, blah, blah, blah.
Give me the link, quick.
Okay. Yeah, give me the link. Are we live here? What are you doing, Robbin? You're so far behind.
Just a minute. Let me get dressed.
Yeah, so anyway, first of all, our YouTube crochet yarny community is fabulous. Fabulous people, wonderful people, except for maybe 5 to 10. There is a 5 to 10% kind of a negative area where there's some bullying. There's some things that go out, like people who actually make it their mission in life to target you and mess with you. Yeah.
Miss Kim knows.
Yes. And so I have really let that for the last couple of weeks get to me, and I can tell when that little, I'm going to call them a group. First of all, to get these big, like their little clique community going on some kind of project, and come to find out somebody else had talked about doing this, and they steal those ideas, which is fine. It's a big community. They do it to me. They do it to everybody else. It's fine. But then they're friend collectors, right? It's like they don't want anybody being your friend, Robbin, only in their little group. They will privately contact those people and say, oh, she hurt my feelings doing this. Victims. They use the victim thing. Okay, so anyway, there's that negative thing that does happen. So those of you up and coming, you've started creating videos in the crochet realm on YouTube. Good for you. Awesome. I love that. And I would love to, spend time promoting you. But as someone who's been targeted very often, I'm afraid to do that, right? Because I don't want them, targeting that person when and if they decide they don't want to be a part of that group, which that's our prerogative, right? So I have let that over the last several weeks really get me down. My first reaction when I go into, somebody's live that I always interact with, that I always considered a close friend, and then all of a sudden they're acting cold and talking down to me, I know what has happened. I know exactly what has happened, and it hurts me. And I don't always rise above. It takes me a while, of bad behavior and bad reactions to look back and say, Dana, that is not how you handle that. You rise above. You do your best to just keep doing what you're doing. And let me tell you, Saturday when I recognized the same thing that's been going on for like 3.5 years from somebody I really care about, and now all of a sudden, now I see what's happened, After a while you get really good at, recognizing it. I was pissy. I was pissy. And thankfully, Carrie wasn't in my life yet, but I was reacting to that, and it was ugly. And it just wasn't a good look for me. And I have been in that dump and feeling very vulnerable and feeling very picked on, because it's a form of bullying, and I reacted exactly how they wanted me to react, right? So, yeah, so I apologize, Carrie, for how I acted before you got on my live, because let me tell you something. Live with Carrie, she was amazing. She is born to do this. She's a natural at lives. And being down here in Phoenix, stuck in Phoenix for 3 days, getting some vitamin D, getting some rest, getting some perspective, I realized, I've been a little pissy and having little tantrums, over the last couple of weeks, just not feeling good, not feeling confident. And so I apologize for how that has affected other people, especially here in the community, because like I said, 95% of you are great. Mm-hmm. So that has been going on with me. I think there was a vitamin D thing going on, a nutritional thing going on, and my first reaction to these negative kind of, for lack of a better word, attacks is not what I should be doing. Is not how I should be handling that. So just watch out, you guys, especially you up and coming, content creators. I always want to connect with you and just, cheer you on. But I'm also afraid that would make you a target too. That worries me. It worries me about Amber and Robbin too. But I think because they are so wonderful in the community, that makes them a target anyway, whether I'm involved or not.
Well, And I have been targeted.
Mhm.
Not as bad as Kim. Kim's gotten beat up publicly.
Yes. Are we
And
talking kids crochets and knits?
no, Yarning for a Smile.
Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that. I mean, I've
Oh,
heard of of course.
yeah.
But
No, I mean, even just a couple of weeks ago, she got hers it was different from what you've been through, but I mean, she has been targeted. I mean, she's been attacked in her lives, and I mean, attacked, and she has been she lost her entire channel because of things that yeah, she had to start
really,
over. Her entire channel was shut down by YouTube because of something that happened during one of her lives that she had zero control over.
right,
And she took immediate action to stop the second it happened.
right,
And of course YouTube is all bots and you can't get a person to look at anything. And so her
right.
channel was shut down, everything was destroyed, and she had to start over from zero. So, and she has grown to what she is even after that. But
And that is a possibility to happen to any of us at any time.
right.
That could happen.
And that's also why she like you and like I are also adamant about following the rules and not cutting corners and making sure when you're doing giveaways that you follow the rules and not making people be subscribers when you're doing giveaways. And yes, we know there are people out there, huge big name people that do those things.
They get away with it. Yeah.
No, I don't know why, but guess what? I'm going to be the one that gets caught, not them.
Right. And that's what happens. The smaller channels are the ones that get punished. The big ones don't.
Yeah.
And why that is, I'm not going to go into that. You know, whatever theories we have, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fair. Nothing is going to be fair. And this crap is going to happen, and we just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a YouTuber, when I see a youngish channel pop up and they're doing lives, I send them, I mean, not lives, giveaways, and they're not, they're doing all the things. I pop them a little email. I go, hey, love your channel, love your vitality. By the by, there's a set of rules you're supposed to follow. Here they are.
Right. And how do you do that without putting them on the defense, right?
Right. This is why I tell them, I go, just so you know, there's a very specific set of rules. You may lose your channel if you don't follow them. People I love your channel and I don't want to see anything happen to it.
Right. And you know what? And I have approached, like, there's a girl that I, grew up with in the Dells, and of course, she was doing a raffle for something yarny there in Oregon here just a couple months ago. And I'm like, girl, I love you. Just be careful, because these are the laws in Oregon and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And she, and I said, it doesn't, there's no, I got no skin in this game. Right. I just want you to be careful. Be careful about pushing it out there too much. And, we don't want the Secretary of State in either Oregon or Washington to know that you're doing this raffle without a permit. Oh, it's illegal. No, it's not. I'm sorry. And I was like that too. I'm like, hey, I just don't want you to get in trouble. I could care less about your raffle, other than I'm looking out for you. And totally defensive. I think she unfriended me. It's like, I'm sorry. But, and it is, and I told her, look, I love what you're doing, and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you. She goes, I'm not shutting down my raffle for anybody. I'm like, I don't care if you shut it down or not. I just want, to give you the information, to be careful.
Right.
And, oh yeah. I'm completely cut off now.
And that's why anytime I see a new YouTuber that I like, I mean, and I'm not saying I wouldn't tell somebody I don't like. I'm just saying I see in YouTube, I'm liking their channel, and then I see them do something like that, and I just send them a quick little email if their email address, and I always tell them, hey, I really like what you're doing, I like your stuff, and I don't throw it out there. I go, if you're interested, there are some rules you're supposed to follow, and I'd be happy to send you that list. And if they respond, great, I send them the list. If they don't, no problem.
Right. We want these up and comers, some of these, and I consider us up and comers. We're not,
Absolutely.
live or
I
anything.
mean, we're this freaking big compared to
Yeah.
people that are out there.
Right. Yeah. So, I want to reach out to them. I want to include them and promote them. One, I don't want them to become a target because they were sitting next to me, or any of that crap that's been going on for the last several years. But also, I don't want to put them on the defensive. I don't know how to word it so that it wouldn't put them on the defensive.
Yeah. And Jessica, I don't want you to get that fear or that feeling. I am super excited that you're getting started. I just want to, and I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell anybody else. If you get to the point where you're going to do a giveaway, you can't ask somebody to be a subscriber in order to join.
Yeah, you cannot require anything of them other than to comment.
Comment, yeah. And there are a specific set of rules that you must post on a giveaway video. And I've got the list. If and when you get ready to do one, Dana's got the list. Kim has the list.
We all have our own different versions of it,
Yeah, but there's 2 or 3 things that you must say, and one of the things is you must include the YouTube's, what are they, the rules and conditions?
Terms, whatever, giveaway rules, something. There's a link to them.
There's a link, and one of our things will always have that link. And half of the people out there do not even put that on there.
Yeah. I've been lazy and haven't done it. Haven't copy and pasted it into the info, but that's a chance I take to get in trouble.
I mean, I even got my hand slapped in bingo because at the very beginning, people were giving me donations, and I was giving, yes, at the end of the month.
You want to recognize those people.
Yes, I want to recognize. So anybody that gave a donation, I was doing a drawing from the people giving a donation. You can't do that because that is requiring people to give a donation in order to do it. That's the same thing as a raffle. That is against federal law.
Right. That is paying for a chance to win. Yes. That is buying a chance to win. And it is federal law. And I saw a YouTuber just recently. She's like, here's how you run a raffle on YouTube. And so many people are like, that's illegal in the U.S. Really? Give me, cite me the law. I'm not going to cite you anything. You call your state Secretary of State and you ask them. I've done my homework.
Your responsibility.
You do it.
It's your responsibility to know and follow the laws.
Yeah.
You're going to do something. It's your responsibility. And it was my bad, and I got called on it.
Somebody told on you?
Oh, yeah. I got a letter.
You did?
I got a letter from YouTube. And at this point, I barely had 1,000 subscribers. That means somebody turned me in.
Yeah, that's that 5 to 10% of people, who are content creators in the crochet community on YouTube who target others.
Because darn well, I can give you a name right now of somebody who has well over 100,000 subscribers who does that all the time.
And I know that people like that are usually paying for fake subscribers. There are there are companies, there you go. If you want to cheat, you can pay money and build up your numbers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they're fake subscribers. They just have all these different accounts that they go use to subscribe. It's not real numbers.
Right. And I mean, I don't understand why they think that gets them anything, because without watch hours, subscribers don't get you anything.
Oh yeah, well then they form these little communities of this is a group where we watch each other's playlists. And that's why the whole playlist thing put a bad taste in my mouth, because I'm thinking of a specific channel where they did that. And love the people, love them, but what they did was inorganic and unsustainable. You cannot expect all of your friends on YouTube to come in and everybody in this group watches each other's playlists. It's inorganic. It won't last.
Yeah. Well, and I can understand, I can 100% understand something like, as a for instance, and this is the only time I can ever see where this would be even useful or beneficial. Let's just say I fall off the face of the earth for a month and my time plummets.
Right, and I would do it in that instance.
Yeah, I would say, hey, you guys know that I was in the hospital for 3 weeks and I haven't been able to do any videos. Would you guys mind running my videos of my hour-long video of the cruise through the Alaska countryside? Would you mind running that playlist just, overnight?
That's interesting stuff. We're not talking about junk.
No
content. That's interesting.
It was beautiful, and it is. It, by the way, if you want to, it's there, and it's very pretty. It's an hour-long video of the Alaskan fjords. But that would be the only time I would ever ask somebody to watch. One time, I can remember, and this was when I was newish and didn't really understand the thing. But there was a lady, and she's like, here's my playlist, would you guys run it? And I turned it on, and it was literally her crock pot or her Instapot with a countdown. And I'm like, what am I watching? And I texted, I'm like, what am I watching? And she's like, oh, it's just to get watch time. And I'm like, delete.
Yeah. And in the beginning, I did all those same things. I did that, hey, like and subscribe, to the point where I was e-begging. And then I realized I'm no worse than some e-beggar who, couldn't afford, a jug of milk. Okay, milk is not essential, but, I couldn't afford to get my nails done this week because you guys gave me so many super chats that I lost my government, money, and now I don't have good nails on. That's e-begging, and that's what I realized I was sounding like. Please, I need to watch. By the time I needed watch hours to get monetized, I knew by that time that was not what I wanted to portray. Mm-hmm. Sandy from Left is Right Crochet, bless her heart, she stayed up till all hours of the night one night. I had no idea she was doing this, going around and getting people to subscribe to my channel and give me watch hours.
No.
Isn't she amazing?
Yes.
I mean, she does that there is no ulterior motive from her. Amazing. But yeah,
many times I have put somebody's playlist on, set it for overnight, and just let it. And nowadays, I can't even get a video to go from one video to the next when I want them to.
Right, you want them to continuously play.
Yeah.
I think that's a setting somewhere that got shut off.
Yeah.
And of course, that's like mining for gold, trying to find that setting.
Right.
Yeah. So here's some warnings. I shouldn't say warnings. Some heads up for you guys. One, watch out for people love bombing you. I mean, yes, we show appreciation to each other because we really enjoy this community. We really enjoy all of you. But watch out for the over-the-top love bombing. because that's coming from a cliquey, culty kind of group, because they're friend collectors. And watch out for, oh, not only is it over the top lovey-dovey love bombing, but they all have pet names for each other. And pretty soon they got the whole community calling everybody in this group by their pet names. Those are all proven indicators of this kind of group. So I was just telling Robbin that there's someone who's been doing that to me for, over 3 years now, and it just dawned on me over the weekend that I fell for it. I have been falling for it. And I realized there's an ulterior motive there. There's some double agent things going on there, and that really hurt me to come to that realization. And I went back and verified a few things, and yeah, kind of some subversive targeting that goes on. And it all stems out of I want to say jealousy, but a true problem with somebody's heart, that it's sad that someone would need to do that to feel good about themselves. It's really, I would like to see those people really get help and really come into themselves to where they don't have to fill their own bucket by trying to empty someone else's all the time. It's sad. But my problem is always remembering there's nothing I can do to change it. I am coexisting on YouTube with this group, and all I can do is just do what I do and stop reacting like a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Well, and I get hurt. We get hurt. There is a person on YouTube, and I know she goes and I've talked to you about her, Dana, and I've told you that when she signs up for things, do not put her on any group with me, or I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Right.
And I've told Darla the same thing, because what this particular person does, and I think it's the same kind of deal. She's just not big enough to cause me big problems. But any person that I'm friendly with, she immediately starts connecting with that person and sending them cards and sending them gifts and communicating with them one-on-one. And I've told them
they're friend collectors. They're absolutely trying to thieve people out of your tribe.
Right. And
they do it subversively.
Right. So
yeah.
I'm just like, big. For me, it's a major thing. And
that is so hard to rise above.
It is. And I'll never say anything negative about this person in public.
Right.
But when I see it affecting my immediate surroundings, I will tell people, be careful of this behavior and do not connect me with this person in any way.
And it concerns me when I see people that we really care about following that path with that person, and someone I truly care about.
Yeah.
So and they do it so subversively, so quietly, that then they'll gaslight you if it is ever brought to light. Like if I do anything to pointedly bring that person, to the forefront, oh, we're going to get gaslighted. We're going to they're going to call us crazy, and you're just so insecure, and you imagine things. You're nuts. That kind of narcissistic behavior. And when they use the victim mentality to manipulate others around you, that's another form of narcissism. That's covert narcissism. I don't know why she's so mean to me, and then immediately I have seen her react to me I have a person like that, like Robbin has in her life. I have a person like that I'm doing my best to distance myself from, but it's like immediately, I am so hurt, and I saw 5 of my friends disappear in 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Who have never spoke to me since.
And I wanted to look back because I noticed somebody said that they did not want to start a channel because Paula, and you had said, "Hello, Miss Linda," and Linda, you said something that I want to respond to. But yes. Paula, you said that you did not want to start a channel because of this kind of stuff. 99% of it is not like this. We're just responding to something that recently happened, and we wanted to talk about it a little bit and bring it to the forefront. Most of the time, no. Most of the time, everybody is wonderful and fabulous, and you guys are amazing. And Miss Linda, who sticks with us through thick and thin, and Kim, who helps me with, oh my Lord, the technology things that Kim helps me with, and
Cheryl and Carrie and Paula and Doris, and I just met up with
Deb.
Oh my goodness! I mean, Nisi. These are friendships.
Yeah, and Lefty and all these people that and we don't, especially in this particular show, we don't always say hello the second somebody comes in. If we're in the middle of a conversation, I won't interrupt to say hello to somebody. It's a blanket hello when you come in here. And I've done that before with my guests. I tell you guys, when there's a conversation, I'm not going to stop the conversation and say hello. We absolutely recognize you and say hi, howdy, and we'll bring the conversation into it. But this is an important thing we're discussing online bullying is what it boils down to. And this is a very important topic. And a lot of it is behind the scenes. And
it is so subversive. It is, yes. And here's the thing. So 99% of our experience on YouTube is great.
Yes.
We're just learning those, who are up and coming with us, that it is something that you cannot change. But it's something like, for me personally, it is my responsibility personally, not to react the way they want me to, and to react in a way that is honorable. And I don't always do that. And I certainly didn't do that on Saturday when someone I love dearly showed those signs. Went very cold and even talked down to me in the live. And that was devastating to me. So by the time I went live that night, I was having a tizzy. That I was trying to show. Now tell me what that said, because I didn't see it.
It said, well, you're driving, you wouldn't be able to read it anyway.
I'm driving, yeah.
Jessica said, I have seen someone get credit for a pattern recently that I know for a fact a different creator created, and she was shocked. That happens all the time.
That is common. And that's an exercise. That's another exercise in rising above and not getting mired down in the drama of that.
And what I have even done is, when I see this happening, and we have even seen that in some of my videos, someone will say, "Oh, did you see the pattern so-and-so put out?" And I have said, "Oh, no, that pattern was put out months ago by such and thus," and put a link to the original pattern poster.
Right, and there may have even, and I have run into situations like that, but there was even one before that. So
you had the very
I didn't know about. Yes.
You had the very same thing happen with your, not twisty, what is it?
Twisty.
Your
wiggly crochet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And the fillet, the 3-in-1 hot pad pot holder dishcloth, they're like, you don't have the copyright to that. Well, I'm not claiming the copyright to that. It's 2 fillet panels, single crochet together, and it's light enough you can use it as a dishcloth, a scrubby one, or you could use it as a pot holder. And I never claimed a copyright on that. That is an old That fillet pattern has been around for over 100 years. Nobody has a copyright on it. But somebody tried to question my integrity for offering this out there. It's not mine. I mean, I found an old one, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put it in a pattern in modern crochet terminology so that it's easier for people. It was easier for me to do that, and then I shared it. And, oh, yeah. So you get that kind of thing going on. Mm-hmm. And my problem with my reactions is sometimes I create more drama than there was to begin with my own reactions.
So much of the time, that's all people want. They want the reaction, and they want the drama.
They want to see me hurt, and that's a sad state to live in, where you are, your existence is to target other people, steal all their friends, and hurt that person. Yeah. And I've been hurt over and over again.
Multiple times. Well, and my goodness, look at, you guys know me in names. What's his name? Oh, we love him. Smells like guy. Ross.
Ross.
Bullied to the point of shutting his entire channel down. Just gone. Yes. And bullied by one person to the point of shutting down his entire everything. Just gone. And now he's back with it. Didn't take him 2 minutes to get. I mean, he was gone for what, a year? And when he finally was comfortable coming back, he came back, and just like that, he was right on top again.
Yes, because of who he is.
Because of who he is and how much we love him.
Right, and I like to think that Ross realized his own value, mm-hmm. and put his foot down and decided not to let somebody steal that from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's rising above.
I also notice I don't know if you've noticed, but he's a little more closed about things. He used to talk more about his work and things he did on the weekend. Personal stuff. He doesn't talk about personal stuff as much anymore. And for you new Jessica and anybody else who's newly starting channels, I think that is very important. Do not talk about where your kids are going. Do not talk about the name of their team. I mean, I don't even say Mr.'s name, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
We
were just talking about another YouTuber who I became friends with. We are no longer friends because she's been, it's one of those friend stealing things. It was all part of that. But there's someone in her life, and I, am concerned now because that person in her life, I feel, is a criminal, and I should not have trusted them as a couple to be privy of some personal information. And I am always, that's always on the back of my mind now.
Mm-hmm. You've got to be
a little bit careful.
Cautious. You just have to be cautious.
But not to the point where you're going to lose your joy in what you're doing. Right. Yeah, right. We don't want that. We don't want fear to rule your life.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty awful things happen to me as a result of being on YouTube. But, like I said, I don't always react well, but eventually I come back to, you're creating more drama than there needs to be. Mm-hmm. Just go on.
There's a YouTuber, and she was tiny, and she has skyrocketed, and she happens to live in my community, and so I get super excited, and I run into her every now and again. I get super excited, and I was going to email her, and so I was looking for her email address, and down below in her information, instead of a P.O. box, she has her home address listed.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah.
When I sent her email to her, And what I was doing was I was sending her an email, and because the email was like, hey, by the way, there's this craft show coming up that you might be interested in. And I said, by the by, you probably wouldn't list your home address.
Yeah.
The page. If you don't have a P.O. box, don't put anything up there. I was, because she's pretty savvy, and I was shocked.
Yeah. Isn't there a way that you can actually come up with isn't there a service where you can come up with like a faux P.O. box that will actually deliver your mail to your home address?
I bet you there is.
I'm sure there is, and I would love to know about that. Because, like, in the ornament swap, and now in the square swap, I'm cautious because it's not just my place. It is my mom's address. It is my Aunt Martha's address, and I don't want that out there.
Yeah, and I've got a P.O. box on mine. And,
yes.
You know,
I've got a P.O. box in Idaho. But
yeah, that's the only way I would ever put my address out. It just wouldn't happen otherwise. It wouldn't happen. And I would never put, you know what? You are 100% right. 1,000 years ago, I had a P.O. box it was like mail, etc., or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a physical mailing address, but it was truly a P.O. box. So because a lot of
it went to the P.O. box. It did not come to your home address.
Won't deliver to a P.O. box. And that way you could get mail delivered that won't deliver to a P.O. box.
Okay, so, but I'm looking for the opposite, like a faux P.O. box that is actually, that the USPS will deliver to your home.
Yeah, I bet you it is.
I bet there is something, but who knows if it has evolved enough to be a really good, viable option.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's a business plan.
There's a business plan, and you would have to be in partnership with the PO, with the post office.
Mm-hmm. Or not even the post office. It could be a like a mail, etc. type thing.
Well, that is a mail. That exists to where it goes to a different location. But
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right.
A upfront PO kind of mailing address that doesn't give your location away.
Yeah.
You guys in the chat, one of you has probably heard of something like this.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give my mom's physical address out.
We'll have to ask Lori, who works at the post office.
Oh yeah, the chef.
Yeah.
I bet she knows.
And just so you know, Miss Kim, I immediately deleted that. I immediately got rid of that address as soon as I used it. I don't keep things like that around because that's private information. And you gave that
private information, and that's clutter information too. Eventually,
and so
where we don't have a lot of room, online on our devices or in our heads, to hang on to that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's personal.
Yeah, and so when somebody gives me private information like that, I use it for the use I got it for, and then I immediately get rid of it. So I will ask you again next year. And maybe you won't like me then, and you won't give it to me. You won't like me anymore, and you won't want me to have your address to send you a birthday card.
Because the friend stealers sucked her in.
That's right.
Now, we don't want to scare you guys.
No,
this is a small inconvenience that we have to learn how to deal with as content creators.
Right.
It's just, and you know what? The whole thing with the covert narcissist and that whole love bombing cult group, you can run into that in real life.
Oh, anywhere.
Anywhere. That isn't just on YouTube. That can be in real life. That can be on Facebook. That can be on Instagram. That can be on Threads. All of that can happen at any time because we're dealing with human beings. So, but the fact that I have invested so much time and energy not as much as most people, but some into YouTube. I gotta slow down. Easy girl, slow down. That I just felt really, anytime I recognize that somebody has been taken in by the group and has gotten cold and dismissive to me, it feels like a gut punch. It really does. But that's I have to remember to come out of that and say, there's nothing I can do to change that person's mind. And it's not like my behavior is always perfect anyway. I can get a little bitchy. I can come across harder than I intend to.
No.
Yeah. When I'm trying to really say something from the heart, sometimes it comes across hard. And no wonder somebody gets, defensive. And that's on me. That's not on any covert narcissist group. Love bombing, pet name, flinging, yeah.
Okay, yarn. So now this here is just shy of 10 inches. So you think I should stop now and then, okay. So this is my square for the, what do you call it?
Spring Square Swap and Spring Friendship Afghan.
Ta-da-da!
Ta-da-da!
Linda, before I forget, why on earth did you have to have a shot in your eye? That just makes me cringe. What?
I've had a needle in my eye at the emergency room.
Ugh. I had needles in my eye, but only after I'm put out.
Oh no, I was wide awake.
This is what did you call it? Mitered corner. This is a mitered corner, which I've always wanted to learn how to make. So when I found this, I thought, oh, this is going to be my square, and I like it. This is one of them. What's the other one? This is the other one. So I've got two. So pretty, and I am using mandala. This is my mandala yarn. So the colors coming next are really super pretty.
Yay!
And it's called, I can't say the word. I'm usually pretty good at these words.
Oh, that's the one with the little mark over the E.
Yeah, there. Can you say that word? Because I can't.
Maybe maybe they can go to Google and find the pronunciation for it.
Chimiria.
Something.
Oh, Miss Linda, I'm so sorry for you. Macular degeneration.
Oh.
And you get shots in your eyes on alternating months. Oh, Lord.
Okay. Now, when they had to put a needle in my eye, it seems like they put some numbing in it first, so I wouldn't feel it. But I felt that numbing. Something happened. Okay, so here's this story before we get back to yarn. I was training horses. I had this rusty old horse trailer. I'm living out on the prairie in Colorado. The wind was really blowing that day. And I was hooking up this little bumper pole horse trailer. It's an old rusty thing in the front. The floorboards were good. But at some point, driving over to the indoor arena where I was going to go ride, my eye was watering and it was stinging and I couldn't figure out. And finally I looked in the geyser mirror. I had a piece of metal that had shaved off of that trailer jack, got in the wind, and ended up in my eye. Mm-hmm. So I went riding. I went back to the house. I went to Bible study that night because it was a Wednesday night. And I showed it to everybody in the room. They're like, oh, I see it. And so I had to go to emergency to get that. What they did was they took a syringe and needle and they came in behind it and popped it out of my eye. I didn't feel a thing.
You guys, I love the blood and gore. That's my thing. I thrive on it. I don't know about that. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it must have been numbing drops that they put in my eye.
Yeah,
probably not the one that did. Yeah. And what was funny is the doctor went out and got an intern and brought her in. And so after they did it, they started to walk out. He goes, pretty cool, huh? And she goes, that was fabulous. So they really got off on it. I was just
Yeah,
sitting there
yeah.
stunned.
I don't know. The whole eye. Ooh, ooh.
I know, but having gone through it, I knew better than to move or flinch or,
Yeah.
react. Hello, I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Yeah. And I've had 5 eye surgeries,
So are you, yeah?
and I just the whole eye thing just blah. Just don't know. Yes,
Yeah,
you're
it's
like I
temporary.
gave you a blue dress today. I just realized that you did not have it. Oh, so look, that's funny. I don't know why they hid that. So she gets numbing shots, then lidocaine. Okay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Kim says she can't pronounce anything, and plus she's got a southern drawl.
So are you knitting right now? Let's get back to yarn.
I'm making your squares.
You're still working on the squares.
I
Cool.
just finished that one, so I thought I could knit. Would you like me to knit? Here, let me get.
No, not at all. No, you're not going over to the dark side. You're crocheting with the good hook.
I can't find them. Oh, hey, Miss Kim, I bet you can answer this question. Darla thinks, not Darla. I don't know what happened to Darla. Now we got to check on Darla and Amber.
Yeah, it just
Dana mentioned the other day that she, puts a whole new meaning to stick a needle in my eye. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Dana thinks that there's a way to knit using one needle, and I told her I had never heard of that, unless it's one of those pretend knitting kind of things, like the crow.
I don't know,
or something like that.
It seems like I saw something like that. Maybe it was just my imagination.
Maybe she just like blanked out when she saw a knitting.
Maybe I dreamt that. Yeah, maybe I dreamt that once and thought it was real.
Or it was like one of those people where they walk up to you while you're crocheting and they go, "What are you knitting?"
Yeah, I'm one of those when it comes to knitting. Because
I'm crocheting. So, have you ever? I don't think it's possible, but
you don't think it's a thing?
I don't think it's a thing, but I don't know anything. No,
well, there's no. Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
What?
You are correct, Miss Dana.
What was it? What? There is a knitting with one needle?
Well, I don't think there really is in real time. Oh, sorry.
I don't know what that says.
So it's like way back in history. So that's probably why you know about it, because you're really old. It says,
yes,
there is a culture knitted that used one needle that was flat and made of bone. So we're probably talking hundreds of years ago. So that's why you know about it.
Absolutely. I think I imagined it, actually. I think that just like somewhere I don't know. I think I imagined it. Even though I am that old. Mm-hmm. Not denying that, but I think I imagined it, that I had seen somebody knitting with one needle. The other hand, just,
you know what you could have seen?
The yarn like we do with crochet, but it was just one needle. Who knows?
There's also a way
I thought it was like
where people they'll hold one of the hooks between their legs. And
oh, really?
Yeah, Scandinavian knitting. They'll hold one of the hooks between their legs and the other up here. And that might be what you saw. So you probably saw only one of the needles.
Who knows? And now I'm thinking I dreamt it. Like it didn't even happen in real life. But it's just, it only happened in my head.
This thing that Kim has come up with is called Nale, N-A-L-E binding.
Huh.
Interesting.
Oh, she's way more educated on the subject than I am. I just imagine things happening.
Well, Kim is also homeschooling a passel of boys. And so probably this is some of the stuff that she has researched.
Yeah, because you gotta you homeschool yourself, I guess, if you're homeschooling
If you're
kids.
teaching kids, you got to know some things. Speaking of knowing things, Miss
Yeah, my
Jessica,
friend Pollyanna.
Miss
Yeah.
Jessica, how's the knitting going? Yeah, and I was gonna ask Miss Linda, how are the treatments doing for your eyes? How are your eyes handling the treatments? Oh my goodness. Oh, I got to see this now. The oldest pair of knitted socks was done using this thing.
Oh, really?
Oh my Lord. Those are pretty scary looking. Wow, those mittens look pretty good, Lord. And it was done by a tribe in Peru.
Okay.
They used it to make bracelets. Good Lord. Those socks are pretty scary looking. Huh. That is interesting. Oh, Jessica, I'm so happy. Getting your knits and pearls done.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yes, the crochet cast on. Isn't that a lifesaver? The best thing I ever learned. Thank you, Miss Cheryl.
The crochet cast on. What's that?
We use a crochet hook to cast on with our knitting. Easiest cast on I've ever done. So, Miss Kim, what kind of a cast on do you use? Because when you're learning to knit, the first thing they teach you is the long tail cast on, and I struggle with it all the time. And Miss Cheryl said, "Do this," and I'm like, "Oh!"
The clouds part and the sun breaks through.
Exactly.
Angels sing. Yes.
And I don't have to look it up every time I go to do it. I just grab my crochet hook and do it. Okay, so Miss Linda said, no cure. It just slows down the progression. I will never go blind. Good. They tell me, but I might only see shadows. Oh, no. My mother had this with glaucoma, and she did go blind, so it's inherited. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Miss Linda, we will be praying for you and hoping that it goes the very best that it can go for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but people adapt. I mean, I can't imagine. I would feel devastated. I don't know that I would ride the bus. But people adapt, like Marsha, with blind stitches, and then there's thrift stitches, and yeah, you know, they adapt and they are still crocheting, and I am in awe of these people because I'm not sure that I have the fortitude, the strength of character to rise above. I have a friend from high school who woke up blind one morning. And after, I think, 3, it was a diabetic thing. Mm-hmm. And she just woke up blind one morning, and after, I think, 3 surgeries, they determined that it was permanent. There was nothing they could do. And she's an amazing person. It amazes me how much she adapts.
I have a friend, one of the friends in my kind of little core group, and she's got MS. She developed MS, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And she'll do that. She'll just be going about her day, and boom, she's blind. And she'll be blind for 3 or 4 or 5 days. And I mean, can't see anything. And and then then she'll be okay again. I mean, her vision's not great when it's normal, it's not great. But she can't drive. And
this, yeah, I was just going to say, she probably can't have a license. No. And this is has something to do with her MS.
Yeah, it's the MS that causes it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But she'll just be tootling along, and we'll be at a restaurant in the middle of a conversation, and she'll be like, my vision's going, and boom, she can't see anything, and so we know what
Wow.
we need to do to help her.
Wow.
It'll go for 3 or 4 days, and then it just like that it comes back, because it affects the stuff inside the brain, and in hers it affects right by the ocular nerve.
Wow. I'm learning that the eyes are so much more than vision.
Mm-hmm.
That there's light signaling that goes to our brains and our bodies through the eyes, and that's where I'm doing the whole blue blocker thing, and so that I can sleep at night, and blah blah blah. That's the whole thing. But yeah, there's so much more to the eyes, and mine are complicated because and I don't know that it's the eyes specifically. I think it's the brain that I have trouble with, because when I get my DOT physical, I have 2010 vision. I read every line of the chart, or 2015 vision.
Mm-hmm.
And but I need reading glasses, and I can't see well, and I get confused at night when I'm driving or doing anything at night.
Yeah, my night vision is horrific.
Oh, it's terrible. But yet I am listed as having 2015 vision.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, weird. Very complicated, the eyes.
And Linda is saying that luckily she's got lots of help from her kids, so that's good. And I remember you saying that your daughter helps you out quite a bit, so that's good. That's good. And so then Kim says she loves the crochet cast on for square in the round, which I don't know even what that means.
Square in the round? Okay. Oh, square. A square is done in the round, usually. Not like the ones you're doing right now. Like the squares I'm doing are done in the round. When I crochet, that's my connection, even though we're talking about knitting.
For knitting?
Yeah. So like the fruit garden squares are all done in the round. Come on, Swift. Come on over, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, now he's going to change his mind.
And provisional cast on. So I know you do a provisional cast on if you're going to connect two ends together. So like if you were doing a like an infinity scarf, you would do a provisional cast on so that you can connect the two ends together. She knits some squares in the round. Okay. Okay, and then a German twisted or the long tail. The problem I have with the long tail is I always end up with way more yarn at the end than no matter which trick I use, I always end up with way too much yarn at the end. Oh, good, Susan. Some squares in the round. Okay, let's see what you're knitting in the round. Oh, it took me. Oh, it won't let me go there without doing all this stuff. And usually that's strange. Okay, now I'm there. Let's look at your. Oh, you do that in the round? Wow. Oh, that's pretty. So this is her. I got too much sunshine. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that.
That's pretty. Yeah. I see a design. It's very pretty.
So here, I'll make me big so you guys can see this. This is one of Kim's squares. This is from her barn raising quilt. So she knits this in the round, and she does it with the crochet cast on. Cool. Beautiful. So Kim, I'm just interested. Are you familiar with the hat called? Oh my gosh, what's it called? The Mendelbahn? Mendelssohn? Spindle. Yeah, the crochet. Okay. Chevron knit. Would it just go up and down probably? Do you know what hat I'm talking about, Kim? Mental.
Sorry, legend. Oh, I'm ready for a 30-minute break.
Not real. Yes, that's the one. That's the one, Kim. Have you done that one? Are you interested in doing that one? Are you going to do that one? I look at it and I like the idea of doing it, but to me, I'm just not sure why the whole world is in love with it. Honestly, it doesn't look.
I know, and when I look at things like that, I think, what am I missing? Am I just not getting it? Why does everybody love it?
Yeah, because like 1,000,000 people have done it. And to me, it doesn't look that much different than what I can do on my knitting machine in half an hour.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm an idiot. I'm missing something, and I'm afraid to say something because I'm going to look stupid.
Right.
And
that's where I'm at on this one.
Okay. Of course, obviously, I'm not afraid to look stupid because I do it all the time.
I can completely understand why. I mean, because it's okay. Fingering weight doubles the, but aren't you supposed to be able to use any weight you want? Isn't that kind of the point of it? Mindless knitting. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's.
It seems like an awful lot of knitting for a hat. Because it's. And then you turn it inside out and you tie it off, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I do on my knitting machine in half an hour. Because that thing's going to take me a month to make. It's pretty. And I really like the, fingering weight. That's a lot of work. There's just way too many other knitted things I'd rather do, I think.
I think we can chalk it up to it's just not in your realm of interest.
But the problem is it is now because everybody and their brother is doing it.
Yeah, how come I'm not excited about this? What's wrong with me? That's where I go in my head. What is wrong with me that I'm not excited about this?
Muscle bra. All right, I gotta go look the other way. Patterns.
City of Fontana. We made it to Fontana from Buckeye.
So, yeah, you can do that. Or you can use your leftovers. I've seen them, the scrappy ones. Category, is it going to be clothing as the category? Okay, clothing. Why don't they have hats as a clothing option? It must not be considered clothing.
It's an accessory, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
I consider it clothing. I mean, I'm putting it on my head to go outside and feed horses.
Yeah. Hat, you're right. Hats are, okay, all hats. All hats. Now I want to look. Oh, there it is. It's the very first one when you put in hats. There's 21,000 of them in the list.
Is this on Ravelry?
Yeah. Okay. So, again, I'm going to make me big.
Big.
Okay, so this is it. Tell me why this is the biggest, coolest, most wonderfulest hat in the whole wide world.
Zoom in on it. I mean, zoom in your phone, like take your fingers and widen it out in your phone. so we can see stitches.
Oh, it's the most basic of stitches. There's nothing.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Well, that's what she's saying.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's a knitted hat.
Right.
Of course, I'm not going to get excited because I'm not a knitter.
Okay.
It's not in your realm. It's not in your realm of interest. Cool colors.
Yep, that one's a cute one. And then you take it, you knit this great big long thing, and then you double it over. You turn it inside out. So you're knitting this thing forever. You just make this big old long tube, and then you turn it inside out.
And gather up the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe that's why people like it, because they can make a hat that looks really good, that looks very almost machine knitted, but yet it's handmade
and you can do
and
two
it's
colors.
easy.
You can do, and that's one of the cool things. However you wear it, looks like different hats.
Okay.
So, but it's on my list. I think I have to make it. Well, here we go. Here's one. Here's one before they turn it into a hat. She's got it. Oh, dang it.
Oh, did she block it out? Is it blocked out? Is that what I'm saying?
She's got it blocked out.
Cool. Very cool.
I absolutely think I have to have it. I have to make it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty. Here's a real pretty one. Let's see if I can make this one big.
Oh, I made it to Edawanda. I need to get over to Milliken.
Look at that one, Kim.
It's breaky. Oh, pretty colors. So that's like Scrapbuster colors. That's really pretty.
Scrapbuster. They use sock yarn. They're supposed to be, and one of the cool things about it is, let me think if I can remember. They fit anybody. They don't have to be, you don't have to do a gauge swatch. You don't have to, you start at the crown and you work down. And there's something cool about the way you do the top. What was the deal about doing the top? I joined the ladies' website. I did all the things. I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm there.
You just can't figure out why you drink the Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
Why?
I'm in the group. I just don't know why I'm in the group.
I love it. This is how we get sucked in.
This is how we get sucked in. Yep.
Okay, I need to get over because I'm going to take the Milliken exit up here, just past the 15.
Okay, so let me read. Let me read her little doohickey.
Okay.
The original swatchless hat pattern, a double-layered beanie with a 4-point crown shaping. Multi-gauge pattern includes 9 gauges for yarn weights between light fingering and DK in 6 sizes.
That's a good description. That's well written.
Yeah, cast on today with no swatching required. Got that single skein of yarn you don't know what to do with? Here you go. Keep your hands busy with a simple pattern to do during Zoom meeting. This is your pattern.
It's well written.
Yeah, very well written.
She probably got an AI, a little bit of help with AI. I do that.
Not this lady.
Chat GPT, and then you go through and you make it right. You fix it.
This lady is extreme. This lady is well known, like the fruit garden lady.
Yeah, who uses Chat GPT? They all use it. It's a viable tool.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's nothing. inauthentic about it. It gives you a starting point, and then you can make it your own. Then you're like, oh, no, I don't want to say that. But they can see where it goes, and they can make it right. They can make the tone right. No, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as it's not like everything AI. No, and maybe she's just that well versed that, she's good at writing out.
Everything she does is fabulous like this. Kim, did you know she's even got a low vision version with special screen reading software? That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I drank the Kool-Aid. It's in my list. But it'll be a while. It's not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen this year because I'm a really slow knitter, and I know how to do this. I know getting the crown right is what I'm doing, but I would rather spend my knitting time learning how to do cables, learning how to do my what do they call that? Learning how to carry colors, learning how to do those techniques that I want to learn how to do. This, once I get started on this, this is like the mindless knitting that we're talking about. Even though you got to get that start correct on that, or it's not going to work. But yeah, this would be great car knitting. This is car trip knitting for sure. If I were going to drive down to Arizona, that'd be the perfect car project. But I don't see any long car trips in my future.
You're on the floor.
Okay.
I got you fell off the phone now, and I'm gonna go get parked. No, I'll get you off the floor in a minute. See, there's my foot.
So this is the equivalent of a cup holder party.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, they're very beautiful. They're elegant. They're simple, like you said, timeless. They're not going to go out of style in a month or two or next year. It's not going to take me longer to knit it than it is for it to go out of style. Yeah, this is great scenery. Miss Dana knows how to keep us entertained, that's for sure.
Here, I can pick you up on the cord. Hello. Oh.
You're right.
Okay. Over we go.
Okay, do I do this one more time? Have I done 2 rows or 3 rows? 1, 2. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to park on this side street and take my 30-minute break.
Good girl.
Over here in Ontario, I'm over by the TA and Petro in Ontario. Oh, quit nagging at me. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So why don't you tell us about the Yarny Social a little bit? Or are we allowed to talk about that yet?
Yes, we can talk about that. October 3rd through the 5th, which is a Thursday through Saturday. We have some workshops. We have sponsors. I'm working on the whole sponsored gifts. We're going to have goodie bags full of goodies. Every person will get a goodie bag.
Wow, that's a pretty color car. We're gonna have field trips. We're
Are
gonna
we going to
have
go to the ice cream store?
no to the yarn shops. Yes.
Okay,
So,
I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to tell everybody a story about last.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody voted to go to a restaurant that Robbin was less than thrilled to go to. But Robbin is a good sport. And I'm like, okay, we'll go to this restaurant. So we get to said restaurant, and there's nothing wrong with this restaurant. It just wasn't, my first.
We went to IHOP. Boring.
IHOP, boring, right? And I'm like, okay, we'll go to IHOP. So we get to IHOP. It is pumpkin pancake time. Robbin immediately changed her tune, and we were at the best place in the world. And no matter what anybody was ordering, it's like, do pumpkin pancakes come with? Can you get pumpkin pancakes with that? I'll have the pumpkin pancakes. Robbin was very, very happy.
Robbin was sitting at the other end of the group, right? Because we're all kind of in a line, and
spread out.
And I had just got diagnosed with my thyroid on both sides has got like deposits. My goiters. I got goiters. And I can hear Robbin going, "Oh Lord, she's talking about her goiters."
Dear God, we're gonna have to hear about the goiters for the rest of our life. You got any more pumpkin pancakes? Keep those pumpkin pancakes coming.
And then we went to Three Loves, the yarn shop. It was wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, feels good to take a break. Oh. 30-minute break.
We were in double heaven. And that is where the Yarny cruise was born. The idea for the Yarny cruise was born because of the lady sitting at the table with me.
Really?
Yeah.
At the Yarny Social or at the yarn shop?
At the pumpkin pancake place.
Oh.
She was talking about a cruise she had recently taken, and I went, oh, we need to take a cruise.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Oh, it is so nice down here. It is 64 degrees.
Jessica, you need to come on the cruise with us. Just saying. Just saying. Jessica, Kim needs to come on the cruise with us.
And Deb is doing both. She's doing the Yarny Social and the cruise.
I know, I'm so excited.
And you guys, she is the sweetest. It was so delightful having dinner with her. Yeah, having dinner with her in Phoenix on Sunday. She was delightful. Delightful.
Well, she's got to be sweet and nice if she puts up with you.
She did. She put up with this greasy old truck driver.
I've been around that greasy, smelly truck driver. Trust me.
I've smothered Robbin with a hug, smelling like a 10-day-old truck driver.
Thank God it was outside.
In the ice and snow.
We've done it in the sunshine too.
Yeah, I wasn't quite as greasy that day, but still, I wasn't fresh as a daisy either. we went to Hobby Lobby that day. And then she showed a very, very boring picture of me backing up at Fred Meyer's. Because I'm so slow backing up. Especially in that tight spot.
It was tight. Yeah, we're tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4. Has anybody started any new projects? I know Miss Jessica is teaching herself to knit. So that's exciting. Kim, what have you started? What's the newest thing you've started? I love Miss Kim because she's a multi I can't even say crochet. She's a multi doer. So what's the newest thing you started, Kim? What's the newest thing you've started? I want to know what the newest thing everybody has started. Miss Deb, what's the newest thing you've started? Lefty? Oh, Lefty has no interest in the muscle burrow. FOMO. I can't remember what FOMO means.
Yeah, I forgot what FOMO means.
I think it's a bad word almost. She's learning Tunisian. I don't like it.
I like Tunisian. Of course, I haven't done a big blanket in Tunisian.
Robin, if Robin would do something besides a big old blanket, that might help. I've only done it 3 times, and every time I did a big old blanket. Lots of color changes. Oh yeah, fear of missing out. Yeah. Ooh,
I took a picture of it after starting the border on it. I'm still working out what I want to do for a border, but the scarf itself is done. It needs a border, and I'm working that out.
Okay. Kim is hating living on the East Coast. Oh, I bet. Oh, an Afghan loom, Linda. Very interesting.
We need pictures of that.
So is that one of those like things with the pegs sticking up on it, and then you use the hook to flip your things over and over? Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot.
I'm gonna have some bacon wrapped skewers for lunch.
Ooh, that sounds good.
With some big fat bacon pieces.
Bacon.
I'm gonna make it a bacon themed lunch today.
Okay, so you're gonna make the reading show from Ophelia Talks. I haven't looked at her stuff. I can't. I'm not allowed to look at her stuff. Can you imagine why?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, my shawl fell off the back. You guys get to see my backside here real quick. Oh, this is going to be lovely, lovely view. But I just remembered that this fell off the back, and I needed to grab it because the cords are all back there. Okay. Okay. Now she's back where she belongs. Okay. Sleeve shawl. Oh, you're making one of those. It's one of those things you go like this and it goes around you. I'm interested in that, Kim. What pattern are you using?
Enabler.
Well, if you remember, if I haven't mentioned, I have a grandson who's getting married.
Enablers.
In May. And in May in Spokane, the weather can go either way. And I was thinking one of those sleeve shawl wrap doohickeys might be appropriate for the bride for an outside wedding.
Whatever you need to tell yourself, Robin.
Ooh, and I've got this beautiful. Oh, wait, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Bacon wrapped skewers. Along with 1/2-inch thick bacon. Oh yeah. Making me happy.
Not gonna work.
Making me happy. I need a knife.
In my head.
Fort Knox getting into this package.
In my head, I was thinking this yarn, but it's cream, not white.
Oh, you need white.
Yeah, I need white because she's definitely going white. But that means I could purchase some white yarn.
Of course, whatever you need to tell yourself, Robin.
I'm pretty sure I don't have any white yarn. Actually, for that, I probably need to get something a little higher end than what I have sitting around here.
Hedgehog fibers.
Huh?
Hedgehog fibers. Hello.
Ooh. I need to talk to her and see if that's something she would even be interested in, because I wouldn't foist anything on her that she didn't want.
Yeah.
But she is also a crocheter, so she might just pop that out herself.
You know, and you can make something beautiful and wonderful, and she may or may not be interested in it, but that is a piece that you could do some experimental, like sales kind of things. You could experiment with pricing, see what goes, see what happens.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't go to waste.
No. Pearl essence fingering. Oh my God.
Heck yeah. Oh, that would be gorgeous.
PEARL.
I can't get these skewers out of the dang package. I'm still fighting with this.
Don't you have one of those knife thingies that all the truck drivers have?
I have tons of knives and scissors. I have all the things, but this is like Fort Knox. Trying to get these out of the package. Yeah, I have a Leatherman right there. I've got all those tools up here too. It's just, I gotta use my craft scissors. Get them all slimy.
Pearl essence fingering away silky cashmere yarn.
Robbin, I'm gonna be an enabler here. I think silky cashmere. Yeah, what a beautiful thing.
Oh my God.
Even if she doesn't choose to wear it, she doesn't, the things you could do.
Oh my Lord, look at that beautiful yarn. It's only $30 a skein.
Well, and you put that into the pricing if you decide to sell it.
Yes, Kim, I'm enamored with the hedgehog fibers. And I think my local yarn store actually sells it. Oh my God, look at this. Quick view, open. Oh my gosh, look at this. This beautiful purple. Look at that.
Grandma could wear that to the spring wedding.
Yeah, grandmother of the bride has to find something fabulous.
Well, I'm talking grandmother of the groom.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm calling him up and I'm telling him you called him the bride.
Filled pearlescent fingering. This is the closest to white that they have. Oh man, that's beautiful. Silky, luxurious, creamy, silky, and luscious. Oh, superwash merino, mulberry silk blend. 50.
Oh yeah.
Soft like butter. Oh.
Truck just started all by itself. Did anybody catch that? I'm not even sitting in the seat.
I did.
She just started up all by herself. She's haunted.
That's why Mister kept thinking you're in your truck. He kept saying, she's in her truck. I'm like, no, she isn't.
No, it's off the idle.
There, see? Can you guys see the color? No, you cannot.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Isn't that luscious?
I need to get another 200 plus miles up the road.
Look at this, Dana. Look. Dana, look.
Is that I've got a red filter on. Is that like a creamy color?
No, it's pure white. It's sort of an iridescent
pure white. Wow.
So,
how fun.
Sweater scarf by Crocheted Simplicity. Okay. Did you just You did not.
What?
Well, it just said an iPad has just now been added to your account.
Uh-oh.
Not for me.
That don't sound good.
Well, the only thing is sometimes my iPad will pop itself in and out on its own.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes his does too. I think it's my iPad that's doing it. Sweater Scarf by Crocheted Simplicity. I'm not sure if I kind of think I want something that might go around her front in case it's cold and windy, because that's the concern. Even if it's just for like before or right, especially before. You know, like your oh yeah, oh. There it is. I think this is it. Is this it? Is the one? Is that the pattern that you're doing?
That's pretty.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. A wrap shawl, a sweater scarf by A Crocheted Simplicity. I think that's it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And then if it's chilly, she can wrap it around her. Turn left on North Milliken Avenue. I'm going to save this pattern. How do I do it? Oh, pin. I can pin it. Board. Create. Okay, I created a board just for that stuff. Now, what was the other one called? The bridal shawl.
Are we talking knit or crochet?
They're crochet. Oh. Oh.
So I know what you're talking about.
These are just gorgeous shawls. Oh my Lord. Wow. Here we go. Bridal shrug.
Oh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yep. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, Susan Burke is here. Susan.
She's been here the whole time.
I thought you were talking about a different Susan. I didn't realize. I'm going to be waving at you here pretty quick as I cut north. Yeah, Susan's here. What am I working on? I'm working on the nose scarf. I'm working on something for the Yarny YouTube hop for this spring. And I'm working on the squares and for the spring square swap. And I'm also doing the Montana by Tina. What are you working on?
What are you, Susan? Eat, sleep, knit. Yes. That's where I learned that you could buy that yarn here in the US. Ugh. Okay.
I made good time today. Very good time. I made it to Ontario from just this side of Phoenix.
Of course you were.
Of course you were.
And I'm like, oh. So you guys, Kim, you got to look, and I know everybody's busy and you've got 100 million things to watch. You want to see how bad my knitting is? It's such a joke. Make sure you look at my Finish It Friday this week.
Oh, there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. Take a look at my
No, not that Ontario. Ontario, California. No, not the good Ontario. I'm in the bad Ontario.
So there's one in California. There's one in Idaho.
I am nowhere near Idaho. I'm in Southern California.
And then is there one in Canada?
Yeah, there's one in Canada. I don't know anything about that. That's probably a good Ontario too, but no, I'm in the bad one.
Oh.
Not in the good one.
Yeah, I learned about that store from, okay, I'm going to get her name wrong. Natty Knitting, who I found over Christmas time when I started getting bombarded with everybody doing the Advent stuff. And I started watching the Advent things because I wanted to see all the pretty yarns, all the pretty minis, and to see what they were doing with all the pretty minis. Well, most people aren't doing anything with all their pretty minis, like me. But I have since found a couple of interesting patterns that people are using their minis for. And so one of them was a knit cowl that I like a lot. Which it's funny because it's not too different from that hat we were just talking about. It's basically a couple of inches of ribbing and then about this much of stockinette, maybe this much of stockinette, and then a couple more inches of ribbing. It's cowl. 2 blog posts on your site that is nothing but links to mini patterns, knit and crochet. Okay. And then I found somebody is doing a blanket. It's somebody, what is her name? Oh, it's Never Not Knitting. And she works at a knitting store, but she also does her own little knitting, her own little podcast. And she's doing a blanket. Ooh, I wonder if you know how to do that border. It's a very simple blanket. And I think, and I'm going from memory here, but I think she uses like a solid color and holding it with her minis. And so you've got a marled look, and then it's sort of not rainbowy, but multicolored because of all the different minis, but not as scrappy looking because you've got the solid color in the background. So the solid color takes the edge off of the scrappy lookingness. Yeah, gradient. Thank you. And so you've got a marled gradient look, and it's beautiful. But you know what she did for the edging? She did something that she's calling like a fade, yes. And she's calling it a I-cord edging. But she said she did something a little different, so it's not exactly an I-cord. She said it was way easier. And easy is always interesting to me, but I love the way that blanket looked. And then I picked up this yarn. Where is it? Let me grab it real quick.
Yes, it is, Carrie.
Yep. Lunchtime.
Which I will eat while driving. Because I'm trying to get to Newport, Oregon by day after tomorrow.
Miss Dana just had lunch. I grabbed this the other day, and it's called Pinwheels from Cascade Yarns. My local yarn store carries a lot of Cascade. And this I didn't even realize it. It's a 200-gram skein. And it's a 4-weight. It's got 440 yards. How much do you think I paid for that?
How much? $440 yards. How much did you pay for that?
$2.
$2?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And from Cascade Yarns. And I wasn't real, I'm not a real pink person, but I've seen it worked up. And yeah, it started at 10. I got him for 2. But when it works up, it looks marled. It's so pretty worked up. And it's almost got sort of a silver in it and almost a little sort of an orangey tint on the inside. So yeah, for $2. And the skeins are so big, 3 of them will make a sweater. So of course I got more than 3. But yeah, for $2 I thought I want to give this a try. And it's not the softest of stuff. It reminds me of the Caron Simply Soft, where it's got that sort of silky kind of feel. Not my favorite, but and I asked her, I go, what can I make out of this? And she goes, this will make a stunning sweater. And what I see is one of those pullovers with a hoodie. I see a hoodie out of this. So, I don't know, but I figure for $2 I'm willing to give it a shot. See how it works up.
Absolutely.
You know what it feels like now that I'm looking at it? It feels just like my Prism yarn. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Kind of looks like it, too.
Exactly like that. Ooh. I wonder what this would look. Ooh. I wonder what this would look like in something that we were doing in Mosaic.
Holy cow.
With a solid, like
what
silver.
What weight is that yarn?
It's 4.
It's a 4-weight.
Yeah, it's a solid.
Something in a more solid color contrasted, and then that one in the design. Nice.
Yeah. Wouldn't that look beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh man, Kim, you are rocking it. She's got 15 more balls of yarn to enter into Ravelry, and then her entire stock is entered in there.
Oh, I just can't. I don't want to be. I mean, I understand the desire to be that organized. I don't want to be that organized.
I do.
Yeah, I know you do. More power to you. I do
because I'm not good at substituting yarns, and I want to be able to go, oh, I love that pattern, and I think I've got some of that yarn, and I want to be able to just go to my list and say, yes, I do.
I get it. We have such limited, where I can spend my energy, mental or physical or emotional, right. Very limited as to where I can spend that. Yeah. So, I felt so good being in Phoenix yesterday that I finally got, all those sponsor emails sent for the Yarny Social, and, that's where Bursts of Energy needs to go. Mm-hmm. And Hedgehog Fibers is going to be one of those contacts.
Man. Yeah, I need to get that. I need to get Hedgehog Fibers, that beautiful, stunning yarn for her shawl, and make that. Oh, wouldn't that make a beautiful bridal shower present? Yeah, and I've got a year to the wedding, so yeah.
Oh,
This
you
shop,
have a year.
huh?
You have a year. You don't have like 2 months. You have a year.
Yeah, it's the month after our cruise.
Oh, I thought it was this year.
Nope, I got lucky. This is, I got this at my local yarn store. Which, by the by, you guys, my local yarn store, the one I go to, is called Paradise Fibers, and they have an online. And all of the sales that I hit, they're online. She puts all of her sales online, and you too can own this for $2 a skein.
Oh.
And I don't know. I was going to say she ships everywhere. I don't know if it's worldwide. But you know what I love? Oh, this doesn't usually happen. I can order it, and she's got an option. So I can hit pick up in the store, and I don't have to pay shipping.
Cool.
Yeah. So I get the sales, and she just sets it aside, and I go pick it up. And then you earn points for how much, however much you spend, you earn points. And I'm saving my points for the Malabringo that I've got my eye on. Yes, that's where I take my knitting classes at. I take my knitting classes from the lady. Her father owns it. And as a matter of fact, just for you, my very favorite people, I have made arrangements with her to do an interview. And because the store itself has a very interesting history. The actual building used to be a factory. And so she's agreed to let me do an interview with her and come and tour the store and do a thing. So I'm going to be doing that. Oh, good. Yes, she has she's got a whole floor of spinning. What's that stuff called? The roving?
Robbin?
She's got a whole floor of roving. That's where Miss Morgan went and took her class the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, she's super sweet. And guess what, Miss Dana? She lives on a bus.
Rock on.
With her
Yes.
husband and, what did I say, 4, 5, 6 kids?
Wow.
I don't think they all live. I think some of her kids are older and on their own and some are little. She homeschools all the kids, runs a yarn store.
A yarn bus. She's got herself a yarn bus.
Yeah, it does that because it's an old school bus that they did the thing with. Right, Lefty? It is huge. It's way bigger than you think it's going to be. It's way bigger. Yeah. I'm so glad that I got to tell you, at first I didn't want to love it because I wanted to love the other cute little store. And I love this store. This is my store. This is my store now. And everybody there is super sweet and super nice. Yes, I have heard of the mobile yarn buses, real live yarn buses, but they're not as nice as this. And it's just my favorite place to be now. And they have, on Thursday nights, they have open, you just come and sit and play with yarn. And then Sunday afternoons are lessons. And it's kind of drop in. You pay but it's cheap. It's $10 for drop in knitting lessons. And she keeps it small so you're not overwhelmed with people. And she's, and you guys know when you're learning something, you need to connect with the person that you're learning from. And so I'm glad that her teaching style and my learning style work. And she never makes me feel like I don't I can't do something. It's
And you've had that before from knitting teachers.
I have.
Yeah.
And I get there and she is like, no matter what I ask her, I'll show her something and I'll be, okay, you know what I can do. Do you think, and I'm like, realistically, let's get real here. Do you think this is something that I can do? And she's like, sure, no problem. Oh, look at that. You finally got the bag open.
Yes, I did. And I got it cooked and now I'm rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm switching.
So
Susan's doing a bag-o-day blanket. Cool.
Good. Okay, good. I was in Spokane for a wedding and wanted to visit a yarn shop. Yeah, it's easy to miss because it's just this big old, it looks like an old factory. And she's got one big sign on the side that says yarn. So you don't realize you're there.
Of course, if I saw a big sign on the side of an old factory that said yarn, I'd break my neck and wreck the trucks. Yep. Trying to figure out what? You said yarn. What do you mean?
Yep.
I must know all the things.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody ready? Is everybody wearing their seatbelt?
Get your seatbelt on.
Buckle up. We're rolling.
Seatbelt on over there. Yep.
And put on a bib. Put on a bib because we're gonna eat lunch.
Nope. I'm like, where's my straw? I never got a straw this week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I want to tell you something fun that I'm going to do. It has nothing to do with anything that we've talked about. So this is totally out of the blue.
Okay.
It's changing gears. New subject. That's what I tell my friends who can't keep up with me. New subject. Warning. So,
squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. So just totally out of the blue. And I'm going to tell you the whole story because I'm going to go into a school and teach CPR to a classroom of 5th and 6th grade kiddos. They were doing this thing, and it's this whole big long thing. And finally, I got a hold of the teacher. She's like, "Is there anybody who's got a CPR mannequin that I can borrow for a day?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got to know the backstory on this one." And so, long story short, I'm like, how about I just come in and teach the kids real life CPR so they actually know what they're doing? And she's like, okay, who is this weirdo? So I sent her a link to my webpage so she knows I'm not some weirdo. And she's like, really? You'll come in and do that? And I'm like, yeah, I would love to come in and do that. And not only is it a group of grade school kids, turns out they're in one of the most disadvantaged areas. So none of these guys are getting these kind of chances. And so, I'm putting together a little kit for them with a CPR mask and some little things there. And, they're going to have their certification cards. And I'm like, these kids are watching Little Brothers and Sisters, and they need this information. Mm-hmm. And then I asked Miss Morgan, I says, hey, do you want to come and do this? And she was over the moon with excitement. Because,
I love Morgan.
Kiddos, and this is her deal too. And we're just like, yay, we get to go do this. And now we're like, we should set this up to be a yearly event for these guys. And we're so excited. We're so excited to get to go in and do this.
Traffic light, then take the second left.
So, and this
very
is
cool.
The same website where we connected with that lady, a different lady, but where they're doing the pop-up stuff for the homeless people downtown. So, different group of people entirely, but same website.
Very cool.
Yeah. Right place. And I hardly ever get on there because, who's got time to sit and browse through Facebook for hours? But every now and again, it seems like when I've got 10 minutes and I happen on there, I have been super lucky to connect with people to really be able to, what I feel like, do some good in my community.
Cool.
So we're both just super excited to be able. And I told her, I go, Thursday mornings is my best time. Is that any way? And she's like, I teach Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hello.
Meant to be.
Yeah.
Meant to be. But yeah, so that's my super exciting thing that I get.
That's very cool. When are you going to do that? This Thursday?
I think it's the following Thursday. So 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so there'll be like 12 kids in there, and I'm real excited for that.
Very cool.
That's so funny, Kim, that you shop from that store and it's right here. But it's going to, when I talk, when you talk to people and you're like, yeah, I've got this little YouTube channel. I can't wait to go in and tell her, hey, I was telling some of my ladies that I'm going to be doing this interview, and they were telling me that they shop from you. That's going to give me just that little bit more credibility.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She's got beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. And about a month or so ago, Cascade Yarns went in there and did they call it what do they call it? A road show? A trunk show? Maybe they called it a trunk show. And that was super fun.
I think that's what they call it, right, Carrie? I mean, I don't really understand what the definition is of a trunk show. I don't know what that means.
Turn left on Ontario Hills Parkway.
I mean, I think the idea is, or back in the day, somebody would, bring a suitcase, a trunk full of their wares and open it up and show it. Bring it.
Kind of how I picture it, yeah.
I think that's kind of where the terminology came from.
And how does that translate into today's trunk shows? How does that?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
Came from.
Oh, okay.
Kim, we used to have the most beautiful rosemary bush, and it got when we sold the house and got rid of everything, it got given to somebody and it didn't live. It didn't get taken care of like Mr.
What kind of bush?
The rosemary, our rosemary plant.
Well, we had rosemary plants ever since it was a bay leaf.
Yeah, but the rosemary didn't live through the transition either. So I need to get you a new rosemary and a new bay leaf, because we loved having those things. Absolutely loved it all the time. Yeah.
My daughter killed it.
Yep, and they got killed off by who they went to. So, well, good luck on your rosemary. After you dry it, I should buy some from you if you've got any to spare.
Okay, you guys, we are westbound on Interstate 10 again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Schneider, I'm going as fast as I can.
This particular store carries a lot of Cascade Yarns. Well, because Cascade Yarns is in Seattle. So it makes sense that they carry a lot.
And I contacted Cascade Yarns where I started to. I'll have to look at my list of everybody I contacted. It seems like I at least started to contact Cascade Yarns yesterday, but I'm sure I'll hear crickets from them just like the first year.
Yeah. They're hard to keep. So they're kind of finicky. The rosemary. So is bay leaf. 6 o'clock. Okay, so dinner's at 6 tonight.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to be tough getting in there at 6 o'clock.
He goes down there at 3 o'clock and he sits at a table.
So, yeah.
I'll be in bed at 6 o'clock.
Well, 6 o'clock on Valentine's Day.
Oh! Speaking of which, today is my wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary. How many years would it be?
22.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't.
I don't think. What?
And you don't even like men.
Well, I'm not a.
She's not anti-men. She's just not on the hunt.
I am not.
Whoops, that's not right. Pay attention to your pattern. Bye-bye, Miss Kim.
Thank you, Robbin. That is exactly right. I have yet to meet one, and this, at this stage in my life,
That's worth the trouble.
that's worth the trouble and isn't already married.
Yeah. My other friend, she's 20 years younger than us.
Yeah.
And,
Is this a muggle? Not so much a muggle anymore?
Yeah, she's sliding into we're sliding into conversion. Yeah, slowly but surely.
All right.
Funny. Although she's professed a great hatred for the double crochet. I'm like, you can't just dismiss a stitch like that.
Right. Yeah, you're going to need it.
I know. What she does not like is the granny square, and she thinks the only thing that a double crochet does is the granny square. And I go, no, you will find the double crochet has a great many uses.
Yeah. So anyway, what's going on with her?
So she is single, happily single, and often people will try to set her up, and she's like, then she'll hear a story, a man's story, and then it just reinforces the fact that she's happily single with her dog, and she's like, yeah, no, I'm good.
I don't need that complication in my life.
And that's basically where she is.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm open to having a roommate who could help with the heavy lifting now and again. But
yeah. Household chores, ma'am. That's it.
Shoveling of the snow, bag of dirt occasionally. That's all I need. And
I need someone to build me. Right now, I need someone to build me a footstool, and I may or may not be able to recruit my brother to do that. So, yeah.
Yep. She's got an ex-brother-in-law that will do something like that occasionally. And we share a very good friend who does stuff like that for her frequently. And she's kind of like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, my legs are so short. Like when I'm crocheting and I've got all the things. I got the nursing pillow. I got a backrest. Everything is great except my feet need to be sitting on something.
Mm-hmm. Well, even me. And I'm tall. I guess apparently I'm not tall.
You're taller than me.
I'm taller than almost every woman I know.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Mister's daughter. She's tall. But I'm 5'6", and I'm not taller than Kim. She's 6 feet. But Mister made me a footstool, and it's just enough to take the pressure off my lower back.
Yes. And how tall is your footstool? Is this to like kick your feet up?
No, it's like this.
Just to set your feet on. Yes, that's what I need.
And it's a little bit. It's not flat. It's at a little bit of an angle.
Oh,
it's a half round of a log. It's a half round of a log.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
See, and I need to talk to my brother. He's the carpenter of the family, and I don't know if he would take the time to do it. He builds really nice stuff.
Yeah. And it's not fancy. It's literally a half round that he put a couple of little 2x4s on the bottom. I bet you could do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, I no longer have a table saw, skill saw anymore. I don't have all the things anymore. I used to use a skill saw quite often.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff's gone.
Okay, Miss Deb, we'll see you. Miss Deb, I bet you're busy. This is your busy.
Wait a minute. Is this my Deb?
My Deb that I let you
Deb. Hello.
For one night so that you didn't feel all lonely and abused.
She is my Deb now. Sorry.
Oh, now you're stealing my friends. I see how
I'm the friend collector now.
Mm-hmm. Susan, whose information do you need?
I think Susan's lagging quite a bit in the chat. Either that or she's busy and she's taking her time to answer.
Oh, do you need, is it Paradise Fibers information that you want?
Heck yeah.
I guess I could do that. Let me see. Never thought to do that. And then when you buy something, say, Robbin sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Paradise Fiber. Official site. Oh, the Queensland yarn is on sale this week. Dang it, I love that stuff. Bargain bin.
I'm doing 30 miles an hour. Whoop-de-doo.
Are you allowed to do that?
Am I allowed to do 30 miles an hour?
That seems a little fast for you.
It kind of is. But I have my seatbelt on. It's okay. And my safety vest.
Okay.
It's like wearing water wings. Got my water wings and my safety glasses.
Ooh, she's got some Noro in the clearance bin.
I have a friend who's going to send me some Noro. Oh, I've never had any Noro, and she's a knitter, and she's like, I have more Noro than I will ever use. I'm like, I want to try it. She's like, I am sending you. I can send you some.
I am not speaking to you.
Why? Because I'm getting some Noro?
Yes. I have 2 skeins of Noro. I got 2 skeins of Noro. I got in a mystery bag. Plus all that crap that I got in the mystery bag.
Make a mug rug. Make a mug rug out of all that crap.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't make it's like it's kind of like eyelash yarn. You couldn't make anything with it. Although somebody already told me to hold it double with something else, and I kind of knew I had to do that. I sort of knew that's what I was going to end up having to do. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Okay, I think I did it. Ooh, that's big, but I think that's it.
Boy, I'm getting nowhere fast. Ooh, I'm up to 50. I'm up to 50.
Cool.
And as soon as I say that, I'm going to have to hit the brakes.
2, 3, yep.
Slide all that beer. You know what? I don't think I'm hauling beer. I mean, literally, with the pallets, my load is less than 6,000 pounds. I think I'm hauling beer cans to a brewery in Newport, Oregon. Because there's no way all those pallets holding all those beer cans is less than 6,000 pounds. Because that's what they've got me listed at on the bills. And I can feel it. It's a light load. I thought I was going to be hauling beer. Oh, no. It's got to just be beer cans. Empty beer cans. And they're stacked floor to ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder they were worried about sharp edges. Because it would pierce that can.
Yeah.
And they wanted the trailer very clean, so I had to blow out the trailer, sweep up the pavement. I betcha they're empty cans. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Full 53-foot trailer, 14 feet tall, floor to ceiling, nose to tail, beer cans. It's got to be beer cans, just the empty cans.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because when I have beer out of Coors in Golden, that's a big fat beer load. That is nice and heavy, and I can drag that over Elk Mountain in Wyoming because it's heavy.
Yeah.
And I don't feel the slosh of the beer. I can feel the slosh of the beer in beer cans when I'm going down the road.
Right. Anything that's liquid, you can feel the movement.
Oh, yeah. Even in those small cans. Mini golf.
She needs to pull a tanker full of molasses.
Yeah, you need to pull a tanker.
Full of molasses.
With molasses.
Oh, I love that because that's like no baffle, right? Because that's food grade.
Yeah.
But the movement is weird.
It's slow movement.
I can do it. I can do it. I started hauling horses when I was 14. Anything that moves that's my wheelhouse. In fact, I'm considering going to work for a food grade tanker company like Idaho Milk or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Milk and orange juice.
Mm-hmm. They hold molasses a lot.
Molasses, yeah. That's my wheelhouse right there. Of course, they probably want me to drive at night.
If you've never hauled molasses, you just think you would like it.
I'm used to the shift. I like the shift.
It doesn't shift normal.
Yeah.
It does it very slow.
Slow motion shifting.
And it doesn't stop when you think it's supposed to stop. It keeps shifting, and then it starts coming back slow.
I'd like to try it. I like to try anything. I want to haul turbine blades down the freeway.
Oh, I know. Those look so cool.
I hear that takes like 2 years of training.
No, I did it.
Did you?
That was probably before they had rules.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, somebody told me there's 2 years of training. And I don't steer the rear end of that. The pilot car behind by remote control steers that little dolly in the back. So
yeah,
I'm up for it.
I knew somebody who did that.
Yeah.
Ran that steer car.
Wow. I want to try it.
Judy's ex. The weird one that lives next to her. He's got a crush on me.
He likes you.
He does. He was quite upset when he found out that. In fact, every time I see him, he's like, "You still with that guy?"
Subtle.
You still with that guy? Yeah.
Subtle. That's subtle.
Yeah. Nothing but subtle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I was dating when I was with Mr. here. He's like, you should have seen his face. He's like, no idea he was interested in me. None whatsoever.
Well, and guys, they take everything as a challenge. Like the fact that I'm not interested in dating, they take that as a challenge. And like, oh, you don't know me. Like, I don't give a rip. I'm not interested.
Well, he was too close to family.
Oh,
it was like he was an in-law.
Oh yeah.
No. Just because of that, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's had a crush on you for years. I'm like,
oh man,
I didn't know.
But did you care?
What yarn and colors are you using for the Montana blanket?
I am using Ice Yarn Saver, the big squishy saver. The two background colors, I've got a section in cream and then a section in a taupey color. And then I've got burgundy and teal for the design colors.
Oh, so pretty. So pretty.
Gonna be pretty. Who asked that?
So
who asked?
Susan, Miss Susan Burke.
Oh, I love Susan.
Miss Susan Burke.
She's my girl. I'm headed her direction right now.
Everybody wave at Susan.
We're almost there. We're almost to the waving spot.
Yeah, it's that is a gorgeous project.
I love it.
Have you been working on it?
A little bit. It is fun to work on. It's fun. The whole process is fun, and it's the only thing I want to work on. But I have deadlines for these other things. Blah, blah, blah. But whatever excuse I can come up with, I work on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How's your mosaic?
Oh, you mean the one line I've got done?
The one line you've got done. You've got more than that done.
Let's see here.
You've got a handful. I've got a handful. Dude.
I think handful is a stretch. There's my mosaic.
Yay! And what yarn are you using for that?
It's the Prism.
In 2.25 miles, take the exit on the right to California 57 North, then keep right.
Oh, so the one I pulled out, you can't even tell.
Super.
It looks brown, but it isn't. Oh.
Okay. What size yarn is that?
It says it's a 4, but it feels more like a 3.
Okay.
And or did I? Nope, I lied. It's a 3. That feels like a 3.
Okay.
And the other yarn is the Mary Maxim Best Value, and it's the first time I've used this.
And that's a 3?
Says it's a 4.
Okay, so you're mixing weights.
It came in a kit.
Okay.
I never in a million years would have mixed these two.
You're so courageous.
Not,
You're
I
so
am
adventurous.
not,
I love it.
It is a kit. I never ever would have done that. But
You're doing it because it came in a kit. I love it.
in a kit.
I'd be like, I'm not sure I'm that brave. But I love that you're doing it.
And the Prism is a little tiny bit of a roving.
Yeah.
Little tiny bit. But oh, I love the colors of that Prism. Just love it. So what am I working on? Squares for the thing.
For the spring square swap, the spring friendship afghan.
And squares for my knit along. None of the big things that I should be doing. Well, actually, these are all shoulds. They all shoulds.
Yeah, because you got deadlines on all of those. Due dates.
Actually, honestly, these two things are the things with deadlines. None of the other stuff really has deadlines. So
see how good you are? See how disciplined and responsible a crocheter you are?
The mosaic sort of has a pretend deadline, but not really.
Yeah.
The other thing that really I haven't even started.
You've got a blanket from a baby that's already been born.
That got done a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I even have pictures of the baby using said blanket.
Oh, well, was there a wedding?
A wedding.
Okay.
That's the project that hasn't got started.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
So I'm sure, Susan, are you talking about Dana's yarn? Dana's yarn came, her ice yarn, she would have ordered it from Ice, I would think.
Yeah, ice yarn. Yeah.
Using
Ordered
her
it from ice yarn.
Dana has a link if anybody needs to order ice yarn.
Take the exit on the right.
Hopefully it's still working.
Then keep right.
I think after you fixed it that time, I got it to work.
Okay. I wonder if it expires after a while.
Oh, that could be.
I don't know.
Kim wants to know how many people are signed up at this point for the Square Exchange.
I have less than 12.
So we're working on the first group right now.
We're working on group 1. I think I have 6 in there.
So, but it's early.
Yeah.
Just barely starting to get names, taking names.
Yeah.
So Lefty, have you signed up for the?
She's got a lot of other things going on, I think.
Okay. And then did Deb sign up? Deb,
I think so. I think so. I have to look. I believe I have 6, including myself,
Okay.
in group 1.
Group 1. And then looks like Kim's interested. Kim G.
Okay. If you go to my community tab and scroll down, you'll see at some point I posted all the info. Okay, I'm leaving Interstate 10, getting on the 57. Come on, old girl, climb the hill. Oh, poopy-doo. Come on, baby. I want to get over one lane. Oh, no, we're not going to let the trucker over. People are such jerks.
And then Susan, if you were asking about mine, I bought my kit from Mary Maxon. It's the Solach. It's one of the Solach kits with mine is the Into the Woods, it's called. That's the one I'm doing. And there's 2 or 3 of them from this lady. Her name is Get Your Hook On is the name of the, what's the name of it? Her name, I thought she had a name. Well, Get Your Hook On. Or showlockfarm.com. But it's she's got this one, and then she's got one that's just trees. I think there's even another one now, because I bought the one with the trees. It's up there. That green one up there in the corner, you probably can't see. And then she came out with this one with the cabins and the deer, and I thought, well, I have to have that one. So then I got that.
The one Amber's doing 5 of, that's different than yours, right?
Yes, the one that Amber's doing is by somebody I can't think of her name of right now. And she put that out at Christmas time as a Christmas crochet one. And I had started, I'm going to do that. And then I'm like, wait a minute. That's almost exactly like this put you in the same mind as this that I already have and want to do. So I just Dana's email.
Dana's Wanderlust Crochet at gmail.com.
It's DANASWAN Wander
WANDERLUST crochet at gmail.com.
CROCHET at gmail.com.
Nothing yet.
Okay, I think that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. 210 to Pasadena, California. Yeah, baby.
Nothing magic. Nothing yet.
Yeah. Are you by Magic Mountain?
No, not yet. I just left Interstate 10, and now I'm on the 57, cutting up to the 210. And then I got a little ways to go before I get on to I-5 where Magic Mountain is. Castaic.
This one's going to have a lot of blue in it. I like that one.
Depending on traffic, I'm probably an hour away from Magic Mountain.
No, where's this at?
Whoop-a! Letterbuck.
Yeah, we tend to want to put an O in there instead of an A for Wanderlust.
Yeah. Nice Wander.
That's why I always ask before I put it up to make sure I'm saying it.
Yahoo! I'm on the 210.
Whoop, whoop.
Everybody's hit the brakes. I need more iced tea.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Oh, LA is just ass socked in with smog. You can't even see west of here because of all the smog.
Oh, is that right?
It always shocks me how much smog there is. Yeah, yeah, Mister's like, huh, weird, smog in LA.
Yeah. Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that you and Deb had a good time. Where'd you say you went for dinner?
I think it's called. Is Deb still in the chat? Because it seems like it was called Habit.
No, I think she had to go back to work.
Okay, I think it's a chain that I've never heard of before.
Oh.
And it started like at Santa Monica, and it was a burger joint. It was really good.
Mm.
But those deep fried, pressure cooked green beans, oh my goodness, those were good.
Love those. Love.
Yeah, I think it's called The Habit. The chain I have never heard of. But they had a picture of like the Santa Monica Pier. I'm Pretty sure it was
Oh.
Santa Monica. And it said where it all started or something like this since 1922 or something. I don't know. Deb knows more than I do.
Oh, Kim just sent you an email.
Yahoo, Kim!
Sounds like you got another recruit.
Yay! I need to add Cynthia Lovett and send her a copy of all the pertinent information. She's joining in.
I gotta get her up.
Apparently she did all the squares before
Before her surgery?
Before her surgery, yeah. So she's got them all ready to go.
She's smart like that.
Yep.
Smarter than some of us. Because, you know, we've been talking about it since, I don't know, November, and I just am getting started.
Yeah, and she said you talked enough about it that I went ahead and did them. So.
Well, she wasn't sure how quick she was going to recover because they told her 6 or 8 weeks of no crocheting, and I think she laid off for maybe a week.
Yeah. Oh, before the surgery or after?
Before the surgery, they told her she'd be no crocheting for 6 to 8 weeks after her surgery, and I think she stopped crocheting for maybe a week.
Well, you know what? These doctors need to get real.
Yeah.
Seriously.
They don't understand.
Seriously.
Yeah.
My doctor got me to quit for a couple of years because I was in pain.
Yeah.
First 2 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of was. Kind of was. But not because I couldn't crochet.
Yeah.
My husband got killed in Afghanistan. All kinds of stuff went on. So, yeah. And to think I had to go through that without crocheting.
Without playing with yarn, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm coming up on the 605 Irwindale. We're moving along pretty good. I'm doing 57.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm speeding. I'm speeding in a commercial vehicle.
Ooh, you're going to be in trouble. I'm telling you.
2 miles an hour over the speed limit. Sorry, dollar store. Sorry, Juana.
Somebody will get you.
Yeah. The beep. She's nagging at me. She's a nag.
Nag, nag, nag.
My truck's a nag. All these new Cascadias are nags.
Oh, Kim, mine's far from perfect. If you only knew how many mistakes I had in everything I do. Everything.
Mistakes are what makes it handmade.
I read something that said that you had to have a mistake in something or the evil spirits would get you.
Oh yeah. I think there was a Navajo thing that every Navajo blanket they have to intentionally put in a mistake in it because that makes it handmade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, the evil spirits would get, and I'm like, well, I'm well protected then.
Whatever.
Well protected. We've got a link on, where do we put the link for the mailer? Is it in your community tab?
Yeah, it should be at the bottom of the community tab post from a week or so ago.
And
I will, if I don't forget, I'll repost when I get stopped up at the top at Fraser Mountain, at the top of the grapevine. I'll repost it in the community tab. City of Hope. Okay. Next exit.
Yeah, the ice yarn. I've never ordered it. Well, actually, that's not true. I was gonna say I never ordered ice yarn, but I have. But I got it from that lady. I've never ordered from Ice, but I ordered from what's that gal's name? Just sold the ice yarn. Dana's
Is that
I can't think of it. And Dana's going in and out real bad right now. But there was a gal that sold ice yarn. We might be losing her. But she just kind of sold it out of her garage there. And I got some mystery bags from her and tried a few things. But there was no saber in there, which is the one I want to try. And that's the stuff that Dana uses frequently.
Oh, you're talking about Gia.
Yes.
Gia the yarn nut. Okay. Yeah.
So I have used some of her ice yarn, but not, just gotten some mystery bags.
Saber is premium acrylic. It's like your Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Yeah.
And if I needed to order a supply of yarn, that's what I would order.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got some good cotton yarn too, based on Angela's recommendation.
Yes.
I was just going to do a couple, 3 of these squares, but I don't know. I'm just feeling I'm enjoying this a lot. I might just keep going for a while.
Oh, there you go.
For one thing, I really want to see how much I can get out of this skein of yarn. I don't know. It's just comforting.
Yeah.
Working on a project that I'm enjoying. There's a switch.
You must be enjoying the yarn too that you're using.
Yeah, which is funny because I've been bad-mouthing this yarn for the entirety of my crochet existence, having never actually worked with it.
Yeah.
But only because I can't stand that break in the color. But on this project, it isn't bothering me. Because it's not wearable.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't wear a scarf or a... No, that's not true. I made my mom a shawl out of mandala. And it did. That's when I realized the breaks in the color bothered me. It didn't bother her. And she liked the really bright colors.
I had breaks in the color, that sugar wear yarn that I used for Aunt Martha's blanket. There were abrupt changes in color, but I didn't care. It's squishy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the yarn nut. And squishy's important. Squishy's very important. I needed, when I did that shawl for her, it was kind of the first thing that I crocheted since I hadn't crocheted in years and years and years and years and years.
Right.
And I wanted something kind of easy. And I actually followed a, what's the difference between the 200 and 100 in the Saver yarn?
I don't remember. You'd have to ask Angela, the expert. But I am using like the Saver with no 100 or 200 after it. So I don't know.
But that project was I used one of Firestarter's, I was going to say recipe, one of his recipes. And so
Okay.
it made kind of an easy pattern for me. And I don't know why I grabbed that yarn. I think it was the bright colors because I knew she was in the nursing home at that point. So I wanted some bright colors for her.
$68 degrees. My left arm is getting fried
Yeah, from the window.
from the window. It is fried. It is hot and steamy.
That's funny.
Then I'll be back up in Oregon, and that'll all change.
That'll be over.
Yep. And I'm headed to Newport on the coast, so yeah, it'll probably be dismal and rainy.
In Newport.
I've never been to Newport.
Oh, it's beautiful over there.
I'm sure it's beautiful on a sunny day, but we got rain coming in. Maybe it'll be sunny when I'm there. This person in the Kia did 90 past me and is now doing 53 miles an hour in front of me and looking down at his phone.
So you know how the Freya Hill, how steep that is, right?
Yeah.
From my house. So I was going down the Freya Hill the other morning. And so the Freya Hill is about this steep. It's very, very steep. It's early in the morning. The roads were slick. I was doing the speed limit. And some yahoo passes me. And she had to be going 15, if not 20 miles an hour faster, just so she could get to the stop sign at the bottom of the hill 3 seconds faster than me.
I know. There's no patience behind the wheel anymore. Yeah, as a truck driver, I lose my patience quite often and start slinging words. But I've also learned a lot of patience because it's like, there is no reason to get in front of that truck or get in front of that car.
Yeah.
Because things are going to change on the next hill anyway.
Right?
Yeah. But
Really ridiculous.
and let me tell you, watching how people drive tells me a lot about the state of human nature today.
Oh no.
It is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very selfish, me first, I'm the only one who matters society.
Mm-hmm.
And screw the rules. I don't need to follow any rules because I'm special.
The green bag is right there.
I don't care how boring a drive is. You know, if you're risking your own life, you are risking the emotional health of somebody in your life. You may not care about yourself, but maybe you care about your adult children who would be devastated if they lost you.
Yeah.
You know,
Or your 10-year-old.
your 10-year-old, whatever. Oh, shut up.
Oh, I know. She's very noisy, isn't she, Toka?
Oh, she's just panicking. Ah, there's a car 20 feet over.
Yeah.
Drama queen.
You're bothering Topaz from her nap. She's only been napping for 4 hours after she napped all night.
Oh, she's going to be a bundle of joy when you're trying to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sunshine, we've been on here for 3 hours, and somebody's got to go tinkle.
Yeah, me too.
So
Joe's got to go tinkle?
Oh, he should. He hasn't.
Okay.
He hasn't hardly moved from one spot to another. Kitten will be over there bothering him pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I've had fun this morning.
Yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
sorry we missed Darla and Amber.
Yeah, and I didn't hear from either one of them.
Yeah.
So I'm really worried about Amber.
Yeah. Something might be going on there.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah,
I
really.
am so happy to see all these people in the chat when I got to see the chat on my break.
Mm-hmm. It was so much fun. The one good thing about going longer is we get some different people coming in and out that don't always get to join us at that specific time when we start.
Right. Yes.
We do get to see lots of new faces that we don't typically get to see. And that's fun. Oh dear. Susan's got 3 rooms in her place that got messed up from broken pipes. Yikes.
Uh-oh, Susan.
That is not good at all.
Everybody wave at Susan because I'm about to go by
Hi,
where
Susan.
she lives. Everybody wave at Susan.
Hi, Miss Paula. Oh. Yep.
Okay.
We'll
Let's
see you
call
guys soon. I'll see you guys. Let me think.
I'll probably go live tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'll go live tomorrow morning. Probably.
Jessica, you guys, I'll drop it again. Or Jessica, type the word drop, and you guys go watch the replay of her. She's got some really fun videos that she's been doing. Dana, close your ears. La, 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 la. So go watch the very fun videos that Jessica's been doing. And they're really interesting. And she's got a brand new channel, so make sure you go check that out. And I will see you guys Sunday morning. So this is kind of the how Sundays have been running. We're doing, like I said, trying to keep it to an hour or less for the knit along. And then I'm going to pop off and pop back on for this kind of a stitch and visit time so that we're not having the knit along video go over time for the people that just want to pop on, see what's going on with the knit along, and then get off of it. But then we'll go back on through YouTube and have an actual just this sit and visit kind of a thing. That's been working really well.
And speaking of which, we were talking about up and coming channels. After some conversations I've had recently, not just today, but I would love to have another up and comer. I had Carrie on Saturday for a sit and stitch. And she's a natural at lives, you guys. Yeah, she is amazing.
So good.
Dang, she was good. Any of you other up and comers, if you are interested, I know it isn't like, it's not like going live with, some of the big ones, but, if you would like to, go live with me for a sit and stitch, contact me and I would love to promote you.
100%.
Yeah, we can do that, a live stream, StreamYard live stream and have a good time and sit and crochet or you can knit or whatever. We can talk about what you do and what your hopes are for your channel and, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Lots of fun.
Yeah, so contact me if you would be interested in doing that. That's all I got today.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see y'all soon. See you guys Sunday. Sunday.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. I gotta find the button.
Where's the door? How do you get out of here?